Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This video is audio version of an economic article Venture Capital in India. Friends, you listen carefully and I assure you will definitely enjoy this audio version of article. This article has been taken from the Pratyogita Darpan magazine. Now let's start the article. Venture capital has now gained a certain degree of densification, maturity, and edification. Edification means intellectual improvement of someone. The phenomena of venture capital is new for the Indians, but it was one of the much talked about financing alternatives in and around the 90s. Venture capital investment is one of the most flexible form of financing technology based and is the more wide way of getting finances for investment in business enterprises. Because of investment in shares, venture capital is also known as risk capital. Broadly speaking, venture capital is the source of necessary risk capital like financing for shares. It has now emerged as the best financing alternative in developing as well as developed countries. Approximately 70 countries provide the facility of venture capital investment to the business enterprises. For venture capital investment, the following traits are needed. First, business firm has which has the potential to grow in the near future. Second, investment should be for a long time, for 2 to 10 years at least. Invested in shares of established business enterprises. Ensure high amount of profits. When funding is done, investor must remain active. Some examples of venture capital investment made in the past are software development based companies, hand tool manufacturer with low cost products and high operational efficiency, exporters of horticulture products and store chain. Now, the venture capital growth in India. Venture capital in India was known since 90s. In 1988, ICICI emerged as a venture capital provider with Unit Trust of India. And now there are a number of venture capital institutes in India. Apart from Indian investors, international companies too have settled in India as a financial institute providing investment to large business firms. Earlier, there were only commercial banks and some financial institutes which provided required funds for short term as well as long term. But now, with venture capital investment institutes, all the business firms that deal in information technology, manufacturing products, as well as providing contemporary services can opt for venture capital investment in India. See some top active venture capital firms in India. They are the startup ecosystem is growing at a very fast rate in India. The number of startups increases by 17% per year. Every year 17%. Even amid the pandemic in 2022, there was a flow of around $10 million in venture capital investments. Earlier, only banks and other sources were available for the financing, but now angel investors and venture capital firms provide funding to businesses as well as which is more reliable. There are over 650 venture capitals that are funded early stage startups. Some of them are India Angel Network, Bloom Ventures, Sequoia Capital, Nexus Venture Partners, Excel Partners, Street View, Calaria Capital, Matrix Partners, Elevation Capital, Amidyar Network India, Tiger Global Management, Blink Investment, Venture East, Chiratai Venture, 314 Capital, Helion Venture Partners, Mumbai Angels, 100x VC. So there are 18 ventures now in India which are described in this article. Now stages of venture capital investing. How this capital venture is invested or the process of the venture capital investing. During the venture capital process, startups would have to go through multiple stages or round of financing, starting with seed round, then later stage. There are two rounds. First is seed round. This is at an early stage when entrepreneurs build their business plans and need capital for research and development. Later stage, as the business grows and prepares for an IPO, it can raise additional capital later to create perfect market conditions for its previous investors. Typically, a venture capital firm participates in all the significant investment rounds to get more equity shares, enhancing the capability of a startup business. For businesses, it helps lower their risk and spread of work. Now, some more about the venture capital firms and their work. A venture capital firm is an entity that raises funds to date from wealthy investors who are looking for risk free, high return opportunities to grow their wealth. In most cases, venture capital firms start funding businesses from the seed round or the startup stage up until they are ready to go public. This can take anywhere from between 7 to 10 years. What is interesting is that venture capital firms don't invest only in terms of cash but also in terms of mentoring and strategizing for young startups. Typically, venture capital firms identify and target certain high potential industries and scout for startups that show promising growth. The year 2022 has been a landmark year for venture capital funding value in India. The report from Global Data states that India witnessed a massive 39% year-on-year growth in venture capital funding deal volume to 967 deals during the first half of 2022. Despite challenges to reach funds, this trend seems encouraging for the startup ecosystem. And venture capital firms in India will play a significant role in the growth of Indian startups. The 16 top active venture capital firms in India are Excel Partners, Secure Capital, Nexus Venture, Kalari Capital, Bloom Ventures, Chiratai Ventures, Matrix Partner, Elevation Capital, Tiger Global Management, Omidyar Network India, Venture Highway, Auxiliar Ventures, Trifecta Capital Advisors, Ankut Capital Funds, Omnivore Partners, and Helion Venture Partners. Now, coming to the conclusion about the venture capital firms. Owners frequently become anxious when selecting the best venture capital firm for their company and end up selecting the incorrect venture capital. They eventually get maturely burdened by this, which adds to their stress levels. This is why giving the decision considerably giving the direction considerable thought and investigating the many venture capital firms that are open is a wise move. Understanding a vision is a prerequisite before searching for a venture capital that can support it. Being satisfied with the financial support is just as important for a startup owner as receiving an investment because you never know what kind of support you might require down the road. This was the article given in this magazine. I like this article very much, so I thought to share this article to all of you friends. Thank you very much for watching this video and for giving your precious time. If you like this, please subscribe the channel and press the like button for the next videos. Thank you very much.